Welcome back, amazing people. For those who haven't been here before, my name is Sigourney. Just hit that red subscribe button down below to keep getting videos from me in the future. Before I start this video, just a couple things I want to run by you. I am outside, it's a beautiful day. There was supposed to be a storm coming today, but instead it's blue skies and amazing. So I apologize if there's a little bit of wind noise. That's just kind of what I got to deal with because I'd rather be outside than inside today. Second piece that I got to run by you is I am not a medical professional. This is just my disclaimer. Please go and see a doctor or a naturopath if you have any serious concerns. This is just all my tips from my experience, things I've learned along the way, and things that I might have even thought I could have done differently that might have made my journey to being vegan a little bit easier. But I'm just going to share my top 10 tips with you on how to go vegan. As you can tell by the title of this video, there is going to be some sort of special announcement, but I'm going to tease you a little bit longer, and that's going to be at the end of the video. So please watch the whole thing and you'll hear about it right at the end. So before I get into my tips on how to go vegan, I just want to quickly share with you my vegan story. Around 2013 to 14, I started transitioning to a vegetarian diet. I did this really slowly, just by slowly cutting out meat, etc. And just kind of lowering my intake on how much meat I was eating. And then flash forward to 2016 at the start, I went to Brisbane for a few months with my best mate Ali, and I was responsible for buying all my own food, so I decided to make the switch and go vegan. I kind of jumped between vegetarian and vegan a bit while I was over there, sometimes slipping up and kind of falling off, and then when I got back to New Zealand in about July 2016, I decided that I was going to go vegan then. So I've been vegan for about a year and a half now. So tip number one on how to go vegan is educate yourself and do your research. This is probably the most important tip. Educating yourself is important for a number of reasons. Firstly, it's going to help you stay on track. I'll link some documentaries in the description box below. There are a few that you should most definitely watch. Some based on the planet, some based on your health, some based on the animals and ethics. These are really important, really cement those reasons why you're going vegan. Educating yourself is also really important because you are going to be challenged on this lifestyle. It is definitely not the most common lifestyle out there, so people are going to challenge you, whether it's just general discomfort from you being vegan or not quite understanding the lifestyle. You are going to get questions, and it's important to be able to back yourself up with statistics and facts and reasons why you're doing this. Educating yourself is also important to make sure you stay healthy on this lifestyle. It's obvious that you're going to be cutting out lots of foods that you had growing up, so it's very important to make sure you're getting all the right vitamins and nutrients for your body. Research is good to understand what plant foods will offer you these vitamins, what are the best ways to get iron on a plant-based diet, the foods that have the highest vitamin C, things like that. Just everything that you should know and keep stored in your head for when you're going to need it. It's also going to help your transition to a vegan diet be a lot easier when people express genuine fears about you being healthy. Those fears will usually come from your immediate family and your friends. They will probably be concerned that you're not going to get enough vitamins and nutrients and you're not going to be able to sustain yourself on a vegan diet. It's important that you've had this research and you understand and you've absorbed all this knowledge that you can relay back to them and assure them that you are going to be healthy on this lifestyle. Tip number 2. Find your inspiration and your motivation. This is key for helping you stay on track. Why are you going vegan? Is it for the animals and the ethical side of things? Is it for your own health and you want to better your own physical well-being and your mental well-being? Is it for the planet? You want to save lives around the world, end world hunger, save the planet, climate change, reasons like that. Take some time to understand your true intentions and it will help you stay on track. Find the things that inspire you and motivate you. For me, I'm a very visual person, so I love watching YouTubers, different videos, seeing pictures of food and meals and people getting out there doing activism, things like that. That helps me stay on track. I love watching other YouTubers, day in the life videos or what I eat in a day videos. They really inspire me to stay on track and to do well and eat well as well. So that's important for me, but yours might be completely different. Find something that inspires you and motivates you to strive towards your goal and stick with it, and it will make the transition a lot easier. Tip number 3 is set goals for yourself. This is something I didn't do when I went vegan, and it kind of drew out the whole process for me and made it way longer than it should have been. Set realistic goals for yourself. Pick a date and think, alright, I am going to be vegan by 2 months from now. and stick with it. Write it down, stick it on your wall, and hold yourself accountable to that date. And then set little goals in between. I want to be vegan in 2 months, so this month I'm going to focus on cutting out all meat. In the first 2 weeks of that month I'm going to cut out red meat, and then the last 2 weeks of that month you're going to cut out white meat like chicken and fish. And so by the end of that month you're not eating meat anymore. Don't set a date that is too long and ridiculous, because you're going to lose your motivation and your momentum heading up to that date. So I wouldn't recommend saying in 6 months I'm going to be vegan. I would recommend cutting it down to a few months and doing it kind of over a few month time period. If it's too long, you're just kind of probably going to fizzle by the time you reach that date that you set. Tip number 4. Sort out the food situation at home. If you are in a house where you have complete control over the pantry and the fridge, I would recommend getting rid of all of your animal products and things that aren't vegan if you want to make the switch now. If you want to do, like I said in the last tip, and set a goal for this month, no meat, then I would get rid of all your meat now. Offload it to a friend, feed it to a dog, anything like that. I don't recommend binging and eating it all in the next few days, because your body is just going to be used to that high amount and is going to want to crave it, and it's going to make it more difficult. If, for example, you're like me and you live in a flat and you don't have control over the entire pantry and fridge, make a little space in the pantry or the fridge just for you, that's just going to be for your food. Tied into this tip is stack up on a lot of staples, so things that you enjoy that are vegan that you're going to want to eat. Have lots of fresh fruit and vegetables in the house, it's going to make it simpler. Have lots of legumes like chickpeas, black beans, lentils, things like that as well, but stack up on some little treats that you can have for yourself. And sorry, there's ducks right here and they're fighting. Stack up on some treats that you can have for yourself, things that are going to keep you excited, and food that's not going to bore you. I recommend looking up heaps of recipes, just filling your head with knowledge and all the different types of vegan food that is out there, because it is actually quite a lot, and the vegan community is expanding, so the cafes and restaurants are also listening to that, and there's a lot more vegan options out there, so just do some research and get inspired by that. They're so cute, but they're so annoying. Tip number 5 is eat a balanced diet full of variety. Eating a variety is important so you don't get bored with your food. If you're bored with your food, things are going to be really difficult for you. So eat a variety of food, make sure you're having lots of fruit and vegetables in there, things that are going to excite you, but it's also important that you're eating enough. Vegans on average need to eat a bit more calories because they're not having high calorie foods like your dairy and your meat, so it means eating a little bit more. I'm just going to put in a section here that I think isn't explained very well to anybody, and even to me, is it doesn't mean eating 2 vegan burgers instead of 1 vegan burger. You can be unhealthy as a vegan. You can eat like veggie patties and vegan burgers and fries and fried cauliflower day after day after day, and you're not going to be healthy. I don't mean in that respect that you need to eat more of that. I'm saying more plant-based food, more salads, more Buddha bowls, more like nice cream bowls, things like that. You need to eat a little bit more of those because the calories are lower, to make sure you're getting enough calories to sustain yourself and enough vitamins and nutrients. Not eating 2 or 3 burgers because you need to eat more as a vegan. Tip number 6, slip-ups will happen. You don't need to hate yourself for them. When I was first going vegan, the slip-ups were mental. I had so many. Most of them happened to be when I was drunk and I wasn't thinking straight, and all I wanted was a kebab with tzatziki. It also happened to me at my brother's 30th. I ate some like oven french fries, like potatoes, and I didn't realize they had been cooked in like the old pan that the roast lamb had been in, so they tasted like lamb as soon as I ate them, and I freaked out. And it happened a few times. Slip-ups are going to happen. You don't need to hate yourself for them, but you should learn from them. If you're slipping up every single night, over and over and over and over, and you're calling them a slip-up, but where subconsciously you know what you're doing isn't vegan, then I think you need to revisit the education, research tips, and the motivation and inspiration tips, and maybe try and figure out, why are you slipping up so much? Is it because you're lacking the research and the motivation, and maybe you should do some more to really realign your values and actually think why you're doing this diet or this lifestyle again. Tip number 7 is be positive about your lifestyle and the things that you can eat. It's very easy on this lifestyle to look at what everyone else is eating and go, oh, I can't have that, or I can't have that, or I'm not allowed to eat that anymore and that sucks, that's not going to solve anything. Stay in that positive mindset and think, I can eat this, I can eat that, or I can make a really wicked vegan version of what you're eating, and that's even better for me and better for the planet and better for the animals because nothing had to die for it. Don't slip into that negative thinking of the things that you can't eat, because you're just going to spiral down, fall off track, and probably going to end up possibly, oh my gosh, there's ducklings. Guys. Instead, open your mind up to the things that you can eat and be happy that they are not involved in any sort of animal torture whatsoever. Be proud of that and be excited for your food. You don't need to feel like you're missing out. Tip number 8 is get involved with a community or like-minded people. When your group is a minority, like vegan or anyone who's part of the LGBTQ community, for my case it is both, it's gonna be a lot easier for you if you find other people that are on the same page. It's going to give you a sense of belonging if you feel like that's lacking, but it's also going to inspire and motivate you because there's going to be other people who are doing the same thing. Vegan online communities are massive. There are so many, and there is every type, and usually every city will have one of some sort. Join that page, talk about things, you know, you can bring up any questions you have or things you're not sure of, or do potluck meetups, anything like that. It's going to keep you on track, and it's going to make you excited to be part of this lifestyle. It's also going to help you meet other people and make new friends and people that share the same values and mindset as you, and that's going to be a lot easier to help you stay on track and stay focused when you feel like you're not alone. Tip number 9 is get involved in some activism. I think this is incredibly important because you've already kind of seen the light, opened your mind and understood what this lifestyle is about, and I think every vegan has a part duty bestowed upon them when they accept this lifestyle to inspire someone else to do the same. There's many different forms of activism. You don't have to do traditional forms. My form of activism is talking to you guys and trying to inspire the people online through my videos to transition to a vegan lifestyle. Anonymous for the Voiceless is a great organization, and I'll pop their website in the description box below. They do a form of activism called Cubes of Truth, which is public street activism on behalf of the animals to try and give some people the information that they need to make this transition. You could also do leafleting, which is printing out information and handing it to people on the street or putting it in letterboxes. Chalking is a really great, kind of a more passive form of activism if you're not so confident with talking face to face to people. It involves getting chalk, writing positive messages or statistics and facts on the pavements or roads, anywhere where you can, that people are going to see and maybe make them think twice about the way that they live every day. You can choose the form of activism that best suits you, but I think it's really important to get out there, do something to inform others of the information that you've already learned yourself. It's partly our duty as vegans to speak for the ones that don't have a voice, to speak for the animals that can't complain or speak up for themselves. I think it's important that we are inspiring others and getting our message across. And tip number 10, which is my last tip, is to approach everything with compassion. It's a tip for going vegan, but also a tip just for living your life, is approach everything with compassion and with a kind heart and an open mind. There is many different forms of vegans. Some are raw vegans, raw till 4 vegans. Some people are extreme activists that are really out there trying to make a difference, and some people are more passive vegans who just are happy being quiet, sort of sitting in the background and living their lifestyle. Everyone that you're going to meet is going to have a different story and a different point of view, and you need to make sure that you approach everyone with compassion. And this goes for talking to non-vegans also. Just because their values and their lifestyle does not line up with yours does not give you a right to be rude, to be mean, or to make them feel bad about the way that they're living. There are ways to get your message across and to inspire others without making them feel like shit, and that is really important. The transition to vegan should be eye-opening, it should be inspiring, it should be exciting. It shouldn't be you getting shouted at or snarky comments being made of you to make you feel crap about the way that you're living. It's very important to be talking kindly and with compassion to everybody with everything you do. It gives yourself a good image, it's positive energy going out rather than negative energy, and it's probably going to have a better effect on that person than if you were rude and mean to them. It'll give you a better light and it will make you happier, and that is extremely important. Thank you so much for sitting through this video with me. I hope those tips help you guys to transition in the future, or hopefully very shortly some of you are going to make a switch to a vegan lifestyle. If you have any questions about it or anything that you're not sure of, or you need help with anything, please feel free to leave a comment down below and I will answer it the best I can or give you my best advice on that. Now, for those lovely people who sat and watched that whole video just to get to the special announcement at the end and didn't skip it, thank you very much for that as well. But it is time for me to reveal my special announcement. This is going to be more exciting for the people who know me personally in my everyday life, but also exciting for people who watch me on YouTube because it's going to involve sharing some new content. So my special announcement is that I am going to be moving to Melbourne at the end of this year with my girlfriend Eleni, and we're going to be living there with her family. I am so excited and terrified, but most of it is excitement. The reason we're doing this is she's been in New Zealand for 2 years now, and the last year has kind of been hanging around because I've been here, which is incredibly sweet, and I am incredibly honoured that she wanted to stay around for me. So now it's time to kind of do it the other way around. I'm all for challenging myself, even if it's terrifying for me. So I'm excited to go over there, challenge myself and grow and live in a new city and do something new for once. For those that don't know, I currently live in Christchurch, New Zealand, which is a pretty small city. Some people don't class it a city at all. And I'm moving to Melbourne, which has the same amount of people as my entire country. I leave New Zealand on Boxing Day, so I get to spend Christmas with my family. But it's also exciting for you guys because hopefully you're going to get some new content and some different videos that might have, you know, a different side to them, or you're going to get to see a different city in my videos, which I'm really excited about. But yeah, I'm really excited to take this next step in my life, and I'm excited to be doing it with Eleni. I couldn't think of a greater person to move countries with at this point. I think they're trying to tell me to wrap it up, so you'll see some more videos in the future hopefully regarding the whole Melbourne situation, and then some new content once I'm there. So again, thank you everyone for coming along and watching this video. I am super excited for my next adventure, and you'll see some more videos on that soon. But otherwise, thanks amazing people, and I hope you all have an amazing day. Bye!